Hello and welcome. Welcome to the first newsletter of 2021. And here we are, we've come to the dawning of a new age, the age of Aquarius. And it's been sung about since the 1960s, the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And I've actually included a video clip from here. The play and the movie here, which the song is featured in, because I actually think the words are really relevant for who we are right now. And I think we need to take stock of where we've come. We've come out of the age of Pisces, where there was a conscious development, where if we were to look back at the age of man and see some of the changes, the magnificent changes from the industrial age, into the digital age, and now we're coming into the space age. Man has progressed. The good, the bad, and the indifferent will always, because we're a human race and we have highly charged emotions, and we're all right. So whoever we feel is wrong, that's who we battle against. But as a human race, we are still developing. So individually, we're still developing. And I'm really reminded of 2012 and the real escalation of energy and the escalation of awareness that started to come in at 2012. And I remember holding an event actually in our property at Yaldhurst Road. And it was on the 12th of December, so it was 12/12. And it was just looking at, well, what is 2012 about? What will our energies be? And for myself, on that actual day, I got the most fabulous news that one of my medical tests had come back and everything was fine. And I just remember telling Michael at that point in time that everything was okay. And then going into the workshop with all these people, it was quite a big group. I think there would have been about sort of 18 or 20 students there. And just the feeling of, well, what is 2012? An increase in our intuitive skills, working with our intuitive skills, healing our body, but on lots of different levels. And I know for myself, 2012 has been a massive period of time in which I become more aware of listening to my intuitive self, following those threads of light, which I think, why am I doing this? What is this all about? Will it lead to something? Because I can't quite see the bigger picture, but I've just kept following that advice. And your life just evolves around it. You create new opportunities or new people, or you create new adventures for yourself through listening to your intuitive self. So I've become much better at that, and I've become more self-reliant. And on a healing aspect, I definitely feel that 2020 was the first year where I had no significant ill health. I sort of come into my 50s and I've sort of had 5 years of being ill, broken ligaments and bones and all sorts of things, constantly falling over, couldn't find my feet, literally didn't have the foundation set in my life. And so I've changed all of that. And last year was the first year I've come through where, it's been really wonderful to be standing on my 2 feet constantly and not falling over. So I personally can see those changes. But we've come into an age, the age of Aquarius, and we're coming into this age with new concepts and new realizations, and that's all been brought on by COVID. And I haven't really said very much about COVID. I've been really mindful about what I say in relation to COVID. and the impact. But one of the key things and one of our big lessons that I want you to really think about, and it's in the song, this is in the song, which is why I've included it in the newsletter, The Age of Aquarius, the movie clip actually, because it's slightly slower than the original record, which is really quick. The thing that I feel we have to cherish, probably the word cherish, is freedom. The word is freedom, freedom. And a lovely friend of mine has pointed that out this year. And I just read something from her yesterday, and I've been thinking about that, not overly thinking, but thinking about it, that freedom means many things to many people. But I do want you to think about, one, the freedoms that we have here in New Zealand. So I'm coming to you from New Zealand for everyone who looks at my newsletter overseas. So we have a sense of freedom here that is uniquely New Zealand now. It isn't a global thing, and freedom isn't a given. So COVID has taught us that. It's taught us that freedom can be a privilege on some level. And when our freedom is taken away, well, what does that mean to us? What does that mean for our sense of well-being, our mental, emotional well-being? But freedom in terms of all the work that we've put in over the last 8 to 9 years from 2012, when the fifth dimensional energy was coming in, and this evolution, this conscious evolution of the human race is coming in. We should have freedom in terms of our physicality, free all our hard work, freedom from the dogma of our past, the fears of the past. And I've talked quite a lot about that, perceptions, self-sabotaging behaviors, mindsets. My newsletters over the last 8 to 9 years have been about, so where are you with your mindset? And I will relay to you, well, this is where I am. And quite often you guys very, very kindly email back to say, wow, that's exactly where I am. But we're coming into an age of freedom, freedom of the dogma, the mind and emotional parameters that we limit ourselves by, that we put around ourselves, which restrict our growth. It stops us from experiencing the fullness of life, or how life can be fuller. So as an example, I'll give you an example. For us in our family, we've had this real divide about working from home or moving our family business into a more factory-like setting, a commercial building. And COVID forced our hand. It really was an amazing thing to watch. COVID forced our hand. So we tried to move the business here into the shed. It was too small. It was the shed and the garage and the house. It was everywhere. It was far too small. So we moved into a new building in September, on the 1st of September, and the freedom that building has brought us as a family and our business is quite mind-blowing. There are aspects of our business now which are becoming a reality, which in the past, due to lack of space, it wouldn't have become a reality. All the perceived fears around daily commutes or affordability or working away from home or not having our sight on our business, all gone. All of that has gone. And as business owners, we have the freedom now. We have freedom in the new location. We also have freedom in our free time because the business isn't at home. And so therefore we're not spending 24/7 in the business. We're doing business hours. So perceived fears can stop our growth or stint our growth. And once we appreciate that, and once we have an understanding of that, then we have a real opportunity to expand our consciousness in so many different ways, expand our life in so many different ways. And that's what 2012 was all about, working on the mental, spiritual, and physical levels, releasing what was held in our bodies, releasing what was held in our mind, releasing what was held for us spiritually, and becoming someone who has a liberated mind, as it says in this song. And this freedom, the age of Aquarius. I think the key word, this is just my own personal vision, I don't know what the other more celebrated spiritual teachers are saying, but freedom is the key. It is the key. And it's not just a singular aspect. The word, it's not just a singular aspect. It's across every aspect of our life. Where do you feel the freedom? Where do you feel that you have freedoms? And whether it's you're free from old thought processes, you're free from physical dogma like myself, a whole year, apart from having a small bout of shingles. But apart from that, really, physically, I couldn't be, more grateful to be in good health. Free from the mind dramas, my mind dramas. So that will be my big thing for this next coming year, because my drama queen mind, the what ifs, the wheres, the whys, I need to sort of let all of that go and just allow myself to process things quicker, not dwell on things too long, not overthink things, because I do overthink things. I overthink words, I overthink processes far too deeply, which can hold me back. So that will be my big challenge, to free and liberate my mind just a little bit more, to allow myself to have perceptions about where my life can go, how I can implement those changes, and see a bigger landscape for myself, see that vision of what I want to achieve. It's a difficult time for many of you who look at my newsletter and you're in countries where you're going into lockdowns for the third or the fourth time. It's a difficult time to think about the word freedom. But through your lockdown process, like through my lockdown process, in that time, I cherished what was closest to me within my home. I appreciated everything that I had. I appreciated the view from the window. At least I had a view. So I think there will be nuggets of gold wherever you are that you can fully apply to your life, and think about the freedom. What does freedom mean for you when your location is now will be liberated from whatever restrictions you find yourself under? I think for the age of Aquarius, and for the age of man, we're definitely moving into the space age. The digital age has improved on the industrial age. The industrial age brought about huge changes in humanity in terms of education, in terms of production, things that we have around us, standard of living, or everything sort of changed and moved. We're always moving forward in our life. And the digital age sort of took the industrial age and miniaturized it on some level. It created new opportunities. It's created new ways of communicating. So here I am creating this video. You will be wherever you are in the world and you'll be listening to this video. So the digital age has come in and it's getting us ready for the space age. And space age, be it landing on the moon, creating pods that people can live in on the moon, to people being made ready for going and living in Mars, to people being in the space station for a year at a time, or over a year now, through commercial adventures and business, going out into space. We're coming into the space age. And dare I say it, Gene Roddenberry's vision with the iPads and the EpiPens and the flip phones and everything that he visioned back in the 1960s. When that song came out, The Age of Aquarius, 1969, that song was launched. And we think about Star Trek and everything that he'd put into that process. We just need to have that transporter. That would be the wonderful thing, where we demolecularize here and we re-manifest over there. Wow, that would be the next big thing for human. But, you know, we've come a long way. And for our children, maybe not necessarily my son, but children that come after him, the age of space and man will be so close that in communicating via video links, in being in bubbles, living in small pods, living in smaller communities, being around fewer people, maybe that's something that COVID is bringing forward to us on a level that we've yet to understand or yet to appreciate, because we all know the human sacrifice that is going on, both in terms of people who have passed away, who are in the throes of passing away, who are infected. It's a mammoth human effort for everyone in keeping safe and really looking at ourselves rather than individual countries, but as a global effort. The global effort that's going on is quite phenomenal. So welcome to the age of Aquarius. I hope that you have felt a change in the vibration through the waning of the old rat energy. We're coming into the age of the ox from the 3rd of February. Hard work, reaping the benefits of that hard work, seeing the benefits of all that foundational work. And I know I've spent nearly a whole year laying down and creating really firm foundations in the Phoenix Light Academy, with the teachers' products all being out there now, as well as the student products. I've got my new website, which will be launched in a couple of days' time. So foundations have been set, changes have been made, and now we've got the age of the ox coming in, where hopefully we reap the benefit of all of that hard work that we've invested in ourselves, and that we've created opportunities for reaping some rewards. So good luck for 2021. I hope that in looking at yourself and listening, you know, if you have time, listen to the song. It's a bit quirky. As I say, I've taken the clip from the movie because it's sung much slower than the original song. The original song is sang at, I think, at like 1.5 beats per minute. It's really fast. And so it's quite hard to hear the words, but actually the clip from the movie is quite comical. And, but you can hear this girl singing the song, you can hear the words. And make a plan, make a vision. Nathan's all about making a vision for the family, for the business. And I really like his idea of the vision. What is our vision? Not just goals or deadlines, which are really crisp and unemotional and unimaginative. So maybe now it's time to visualize and make a vision for your life as you move forward, and to set some milestones so that you know that you're achieving that vision that you want to come into your life. I know that once I've stopped this video, I most certainly will be doing my vision board for where I want to be. I would also like to thank all of the clients, all my lovely regular clients who've been very patient in terms of me stepping down from doing my personal sessions. I know for some of you that's been quite difficult, but I am back doing my personal sessions and just connecting to a client in Berlin yesterday. It was just so lovely just hearing their voice, seeing how far they've come, in their life, and where they're moving to, and what they want to create. That was a real joy and a real pleasure for me, because I feel, with me not being in the picture, you know, some of you have actually emailed in to say, I've had to find the tools for this. I've had to dig deep. It's either been sink or swim. And that's been really interesting, where you've really found those inner tools. But wonderful to reconnect to my clients, who have all booked in again. So if you feel you need a top up, the link is in the newsletter. I'd be delighted to hear from you again. And hopefully I'll see the changes in your life, and we're just looking at sort of refining those changes, and looking at where you're going. So that is January 2021, the age of Aquarius. Freedom is the word for this year. Kindness was the word for last January, and man, have we had to be kind to each other. Absolutely, we've had to be kind. So now it is freedom. How do we perceive personal freedom? How do we perceive it, both in our body, mind, and spirit? So I'm going to leave you with that thought. Namaste, and take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. And yeah, I wish you all the very best for this new age. I really do. Until next month, take care for now. Bye.